Well, moving on now, and flood victims across Lismore in northern New South Wales say they're still desperately waiting for support 10 months after catastrophic floods ripped through the town. Thousands of residents remain in emergency and temporary accommodation. Now, for more on this, I'm joined by Lismore MP Janelle Saffin. Janelle, thank you so much for your time. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 months since those devastating floods where you are. What do you believe has been the hold-up for permanent support for residents there?
The agencies that the government tasked to do this are not they don't have a sense of urgency, and neither does the government. So even when the government says, do this, take this action, it doesn't always follow. It doesn't happen. And I keep talking about a sense of urgency. Also, for some time, we had a Northern Region Recovery Coordinator, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mel Lanyon, and that was terrific because it gave us one person a focal point, and they were removed, and it went back to Resilience New South Wales, which meant really they seriously weren't up to the job. They're now gone. We've got the New South Wales Reconstruction Authority, and my question is, what would they do now if we had another event like the 28th of February? And no one can answer that question either. But for the people, I've turned myself inside out, with advocacy, representations. We all have, not just me. And there's still far too many people displaced. It's wrong. It's just wrong.
Of course, and the focus should certainly be on the residents there in Lismore. But I guess the New South Wales government's been grappling with all sorts of red tape when it comes to the disasters over the last few months. Obviously, with the winding up of Resilience New South Wales and the recovery command that you just mentioned there. I guess, what needs to happen to cut through all of this red tape and get the money, support, the housing pods to these residents?
Look, send a small task force in, sit down with myself, with other members, with the mayors, the councils, sit around the table and say, what have we got? What can we do? We were offered from Resilience a certain way of doing things. And council, myself, we'd put up, various bits of land, private property that could have been used. And they just had one plan, one track, and that was it. So, I don't want to get into blaming everybody. I work with the government of the day. I work with everybody. But just really send people in now, small task force, and let us try and ramp it up and get these people housed. Some of them can be housed at home, but not in their car, in a caravan that could be moved. Some of them are. But we just need more of that. And then I heard that some of the people mentioned haven't sought help, but we should know where everybody is. I've asked that question, where are they? Where are they at in terms of their need? And I'm still waiting to find out, as are others.
These emergency purpose-built pods that have been found, the revelation today from the Daily Telegraph is that the pods have been on the roadside, essentially, and not being used, and residents haven't been able to get into them. When were these housing pods all expected to be taking residents and operational?
Well, there was a plan to put them on certain bits of land, and that plan was Resilience New South Wales had said, well, here's some Crown land, here's some council land, we'll put them here. Some of it clearly wasn't suitable. They wanted to annex sporting fields, and I know people say the sport can go and we'll put pods there. Clearly unsuitable. We've got a traumatised community, humanitarian disaster. We need to keep our sporting fields open for our kids and everyone else. There were other options. They just have a bit of a tin ear about it. Come and work with us on the ground. I say to the ministers and the Premier, send in a small task force. Today, we're all on deck. We're ready. And we will help you do this, house people.
And as much as flood recovery really should be above politics of the day, are you concerned, and I know you are obviously a member of the Legislative Council for the Labor Party, but are you concerned that this blame game or some of the solutions may not be in place before the New South Wales election just in a couple of months' time?
Look, the election doesn't concern me in that sense. I work with the government extremely well. I work with the opposition, which I'm in, extremely well, who back me. And it's just, get on with the bloody job. You know, that's what I say. Have a sense of urgency that we've got. Send us in a small task force. Give us a recovery coordinator who's not part of the agencies, and we can do this. We can help. I mean, that's what I'm concerned about.
So, Janelle, are you worried that people have forgotten about the people of Lismore at this very important time of year?
Look, I am, and I'm appreciative of everything that's happened, what's happening, but I am worried because this has impacted people's well-being, their mental health, and I have those conversations daily, you know, in my community, and people knowing that they're going to be housed makes such a difference to everything that they can do and then to help themselves and build themselves up. So housing is a challenge, was a challenge before this event, and it will remain so, but we can do this. It's nearly 800 people spread around. We can do it. Just let us, you know, we talk about community-led recovery. We understand our needs. We understand our community, what can happen. And I just implore the government, send in that small task force, we'll all sit around the table and we'll work to hurry this up.
Well, let's hope there's some solutions, if not before the new year, straight after New Year. Lismore MP Janelle Savin, thanks so much for your time here on Sky News.
And thank you for not forgetting us on Sky News.